Hey everybody, do not go anywhere because coming up next, I'm gonna give you an update on my game room, which is right behind me here. I can't wait to share it with you. Don't go anywhere. What is this? So here we go. This is my game room as of today, January 1st, 2023. And as you can see, a lot has changed since the last time we toured back in 2019. If you haven't seen that video, you can check it out by clicking the link in the upper right corner. But for those of you who already know me and follow me, you know that at this time back in 2019, I had 27 gaming consoles, which seems like a lot to the layman, but now, 4 years later, I have nearly doubled that with 51 gaming systems. And some really big notable additions include the Atari Jaguar CD, both of which cost a ton of money, especially the Atari Jaguar CD. I also added the ColecoVision Atom, which is currently being worked on, but I do have my new power supply here once it gets back, so I don't have to hook it up to the printer in order to get power to it. I also added a Sega CD Model 1, my favorite version of the two. I also did buy another Model 2, and I even bought myself a cool CRT Batman TV to play it on. I love it. I also added a number of Xboxes, the original, the 360, and also the S. And I upgraded my VR capabilities from Oculus Rift to a Quest 2, so I am wireless. Now, one of my favorite underrated consoles is the Atari VCS 800. I don't know what it is, but I love it. It's numbered and has that classic wood finish on the front. It's beautiful, and I don't care what anybody says, I actually really like this system. But with that being said, the biggest additions I've made since 2019 actually came in the handheld department. I went and got myself a Sega Game Gear, which I tricked out with pretty much every peripheral made for it. I got a modded Game Gear as well, which is basically the one I use the most. I got a Game Boy Color. I got an Atari Lynx, and it still amazes me to this day how good it was for its time. I even got the carrying case for it. It's really, really cool. I also got a PSP 1000, a PSP 3000, a Nintendo 3DS, which I can't believe I never had until recently because it may be the most amazing handheld I have ever played. With that being said, maybe the best one of them all is the Steam Deck. This is one powerful piece of mobile hardware. Expensive, yes, but incredibly powerful. I played the hell out of it over the holidays. And if you have watched that 2019 game room tour, you'll also notice that I had 3 HDMI switchers that allowed me to play every console on demand. And the good news is I can still play every console you see in my room on demand. And same as before, every system has been converted into HDMI, but now, having twice as many consoles as I did in 2019, I have added a 16-channel HDMI switcher to the mix, and I love it. It works like a charm. I may end up getting another one as well, so I can play even more down the road. It's really cool. I added a little form that I know which channel to go to for which system, and again, it works great. Also, back in 2019, I was using the Nintendo S-Video Monster cable to connect my N64 to my HDTV, and I mentioned that I might get myself an Ultra HDMI N64, and well, lo and behold, I did just that. So now, my N64 is a brilliant HD machine that looks amazing on my 65-inch 4K LG OLED TV, which is also an upgrade since my last tour. So now let's talk about the games. Back in 2019, I had 1,081 games in my collection, which is a lot. But now, today, I have nearly 1,600 hard copy games. And I'm really trying to get to that 2,000 milestone, and that'll really be like the golden. That's like the next big level for me, is to hit that 2,000. But still have a ways to go. Also in 2019, I had 3 completed North American video game collections. Now, I have 6 completed North American collections. So in addition to the 3 I already had, the Sega 32X, Sega CD, and Nintendo 64 collections, I now have completed my Sega Dreamcast, Atari Jaguar, and Atari Jaguar CD collections as well. And all 3 of those were tough to finish, but I'm most proud of finishing my Dreamcast collection because it is my favorite system of all time, hands down. And the Atari Jaguar CD was probably the most expensive one to finish, though. Also, an update to my ColecoVision collection. I am only 4 games away from completing this collection, and which is a big deal because I am only collecting complete in-box copies of these, and the 4 that I have left are some of the most expensive games out there. So it's going to be hard to finish this one, but I'm close. I'm very close. I'm just, we'll see what happens, but I am hoping by the time we do another one of these, I'll have that collection completed as well, because that one's a big one, because it's in my top 3 consoles of all time. The ColecoVision was by far and away one of the most influential consoles in my entire life. So it really would mean a lot to me to finish that one up. Now, you may have also noticed a few new items on the walls since 2019. In fact, there are a lot of new items on the walls, and the most obvious is probably going to be the shelving. I put new shelving all along the top to hold a bunch of my boxes, peripherals, and things of that nature. In fact, it holds everything from the 1970s, 80s, and 90s to present day peripherals. So you'll see a number of different things, like, from my VIC-20 to, laser tag to my Tommy Tronic 3D gaming, and my digital derby, which is really cool. But these are all very, very specific, nostalgic things that take me back to my childhood, and I was really, really happy to get those. I also added Mjolnir and Stormbreaker to my main wall to go along with my custom Captain America shield. I think they look awesome. They obviously do make sounds. But not to be outdone, I also added a custom-made Link Master Sword. The shield is not custom, but the Link Master Sword is real. It's heavy, it's real, and it's really, really cool. In fact, you can check out the unboxing video for that by clicking the link in the upper right corner. My helmet collection has grown as well, if you haven't noticed. In fact, it's grown quite a bit. I've also hung a dozen or so nostalgic magazines that had a direct impact on my gaming life, especially concerning systems I absolutely love, like the Sega CD, the Sega Dreamcast, ColecoVision, and Nintendo 64. Every one of these I remember reading back in the day, and they always take me back when I decide to go back and read them. But that's pretty much it. It's been a wild and crazy last 4 years, and I never expected to have so much childhood joy and nostalgia in this room, this tiny little den down here, since I started collecting back in, I want to say 2016, but here we are. And every day I walk in here, it makes me feel like a kid again. And for me, that's what it's all about. Some people look through pictures, videos, or reel-to-reel films from their past. I play video games because each and every one of these games and consoles evoke very strong, personal, emotional, wonderful, and sometimes painful moments in my life. They're very specific. I can put in any game and it'll take me straight back to a period in my life with very strong emotions. It's therapeutic in a way. And at the end of the day, it brings me happiness and joy. And that's what playing games is all about, right? Having fun and seeing life through kid lenses again. Thanks for watching. I'm Scott Galaxy.